Welcome to Meet the Candidates for the November 6th general election. I'm your host, Dan York. On today's program, candidates for the 13th District of Congress, the 5th District of the State Senate, the 11th District of the State House, and the Wayne County Commission have been invited to appear on this program. Each candidate who accepted our invitation to appear was given 5 minutes to present his or her platform. Along with the candidates for Congress, the State House, State Senate, and Wayne County Commission, candidates that appear on the November 6th ballot include Governor of Michigan, Michigan Secretary of State, Michigan Attorney General, U.S. Senator, and 13th District of Congress partial term, Michigan Board of Education, the University of Michigan Board of Regents, the MSU trustees, governors of Wayne State University, Wayne County Executive, justices of the Michigan Supreme Court, justices of the 1st District of the Court of Appeals, justices of the 3rd Circuit Court, justices of the Probate Court, Board of Trustees of Schoolcraft College, and the Garden City School Board. There are 4 candidates and 4 available seats. These candidates include Jamie Bisaccio, Patrick McNally, Margaret Sanders, and Jennifer Vandewater. Also included on this year's Garden City ballot are 3 state ballot proposals, 1 Schoolcraft College proposal, and 3 Garden City charter amendments. State Proposal 18-1 would allow the individual use and commercial sale of marijuana in Michigan. State Proposal 18-2 is a constitutional amendment to set up a citizens committee to establish boundaries for State House, Senate, and U.S. congressional districts for elections. And State Proposal 18-3 would allow for automatic and election day voter registration, no reason absentee voting, and straight party ticket voting, along with adding requirements for military and overseas voting and post-election audits to the state constitution. The Schoolcraft College proposal is asking for the restoration of a 1986 voter-approved millage rate of 2.27 for 10 years. The city charter amendments include proposed charter amendment number 1 that would amend the city charter to provide that when a mayoral vacancy is filled on a permanent basis by an election, the mayor pro tem who acts as mayor on an interim basis shall resume his or her council seat, and that the person appointed by the council to replace the mayor pro tem on the council shall be a member of the council for a limited time period, the time during which the mayor pro tem is acting as mayor. Now, to paraphrase this one, if the mayor were to leave during his or her 4-year term, the mayor pro tem would become the mayor until the next election. That's how it is now. Should the mayor pro tem, while acting as mayor, decide not to pursue the position of mayor in the next election, or run for mayor and lose, the mayor pro tem would complete the remainder of their original 4-year term on the council after a new mayor had been elected. Proposed charter amendment number 2 would amend the charter to provide that if the council member receiving the highest number of votes in the last general election is unable or unwilling to act as mayor pro tem during the absence or disability of the mayor, or unable or unwilling to hold the office of mayor if a vacancy occurs, the council member who received the second highest number of votes in the last general election shall act as mayor pro tem during the absence or disability of the mayor and hold the office of mayor if a vacancy occurs. And proposed charter amendment number 3 would amend the charter to delete the meeting attendance compensation contingency for members of council other than that of mayor, and provide instead that such members of council shall receive a flat rate of compensation in the amount of $2,880 per fiscal year. This amendment would pay each council person $2,880 a year, regardless of how many meetings the mayor and council held. Now, sample ballots with all of this information can be found on the city's website at gardencitymi.org/vote. The candidates that will appear on today's Meet the Candidates program include, for the 13th District of Congress, Democrat Rashida Tlaib, Green Party candidate Deanna Wilcoxon, and Working Class Party candidate Sam Johnson. For the 5th District State Senate, Republican Deshawn Wilkins, Democrat Betty Jean Alexander, and Working Class Party candidate Larry Betts have all agreed to appear on the program. For the office of Representative in the State Legislature, 11th District, Republican candidate James Townsend will appear. Democratic candidate Rashida Jones did not respond to our invitations to appear on the program. Finally, unopposed Democratic candidate for the office of Wayne County Commissioner, 12th District, Glenn Anderson, accepted our invitation to appear. Now, this program can be seen several times before the election on GCTV, which is Channel 12 on Comcast, Channel 18 on WOW, and Channel 99 on UVerse. October 19th through the 21st, and October 26th through November 4th at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 7 p.m., and 11 p.m. This program can also be found online on the city's Facebook at City of Garden City MI and on our YouTube page at GCTV HD. Once again, links to all of these options and a complete ballot can be found at gardencitymi.org/vote. Now let's begin our program with Democratic candidate for Congress, Rashida Tlaib.
Hi, I'm Rashida Tlaib, and I'm running to be your representative for the 13th Congressional District. Being the eldest of 14 best prepared me to be a strong advocate and a fighter. I'm a mother of 2 boys, a social justice attorney, a community activist, and your neighbor. I will not only fight for you on the floor of the United States Congress, but also at home in our communities and as your legal advocate in the courts. You deserve no less than someone who will never back down. I've spent months knocking on doors in every corner of our district, and I hear you loud and clear. Our car insurance rates are unacceptable. We need quality public schools for our kids. Our health care is still too costly. When you've told me that you worried about lead pipes in our communities or keeping up with your house payments, I've been listening. I promise you, I'm going to work very hard so that you can finally feel and see that someone you elected is on your side. No corporate donor or special interest group will get in my way. I know that every one of you deserves an opportunity to thrive, and I'm going to fight every day to see that you get it. I'm so proud to have grown up here, to have gone to school here, to have built a life for my family here, and I can't wait to get to work for all of us. I'm Rashida Tlaib, and I hope to be your next Congresswoman. Please make a plan to vote on Tuesday, November 6th, and vote for me, Rashida Tlaib, for Congress, because this election is too important to miss.
To Detroit, Dearborn Heights, Ecorse, Garden City, Melvindale, Highland Park, Inkster, Redford Township, River Rouge, Romulus, Wayne, and Westland. I introduce myself to all of you because if you will give me the privilege of going to Washington, D.C. to represent you in the 13th Congressional District, I do intend to represent every community in the 13th Congressional District, making certain that every interest of every community is addressed. And thank you, Garden City, for this opportunity to speak to residents in the area. It is extremely important in our democracy that we have voter education. I am Deanna Wilcoxon. I am coming to you as a credentialed person. I earned a bachelor's and a master's from the University of Detroit and a law degree from our country's 11th oldest law school, Cumberland School of Law. I earned all 3 degrees by age 29. But I'm not here today to talk to you about me. I'm here to talk about you and your needs. The 13th Congressional District is the 3rd poorest district in our nation. And as a result of it being as poor as it is, my aim is to restore it to prosperity. We can do that by working our way through my platform. I am very interested in bringing well-paying jobs back to the district. We should not have the working poor in America. I worked in Irma Henderson, Council President Emeritus, City of Detroit's office for a number of years. And during that time, starting at 17 years old, we worked towards good paying, livable wage jobs. I am a proponent of true education. I do not believe in charter public schools. In my estimation, that is an oxymoron. Charter public schools have done nothing but destroy public education and neighborhoods as we knew them. Our children are not learning, there is no accountability, and no transparency. We have to be about the business, too, of shoring up our right to vote. I'm a proponent of access to the ballot box. I fought the clerk of the city of Detroit all the way to the Michigan Court of Appeals, second highest court in our state, over the fact that I was tossed from the ballot. I was restored by the Michigan Court of Appeals in a 3-0 published opinion, Wilcoxon versus Winfrey, which is used by clerks across the state of Michigan to teach residents how to circulate nominating petitions. I want to make certain that we encourage participation in our democracy. A representative form of democracy cannot work if there is not participation on the part of its residents/citizens. Compassionate, accessible health care is a must in our country. We are the wealthiest country in the world. We should not have people in our country who are ill and are not properly cared for. The state of Michigan is a prime example of what we ought not to be doing. We ought not to be asking people who are sick to get out of their sick beds and either find work or go back to school. We should make certain that they are well first, and once they are well, options will make themselves available to them. That's what we do when we're looking for compassionate, accessible health care. We've got to bring home federal dollars, more of them. That will ensure that we are able to also provide well-paying jobs in the 13th Congressional District proper. And I will use the bully pulpit to take on any municipality that sends dollars back to the federal government. I intend to go to Washington, should you send me there on your behalf, and work to make certain that dollars flow back into our communities. And I will fight anyone who is about the business of sending those dollars back. I want those dollars to be spent to make your quality of life better. I am Deanna Wilcoxon, and I am the people's advocate. I was dubbed that over 40 years ago. I'd like to have you compare my platform to that of Ms. Tlaib's. Take a look at my Facebook page, Team Wilcoxon Public Servants. Feel free to phone me at any time, 313-587-5683. Again, I am Deanna Wilcoxon, contender for the U.S. House of Representatives, 13th Congressional District, and I humbly ask for your vote.
Okay, well anyway, my name's Sam Johnson, and I'm running for U.S. Congressman in District 13. I'm running for a working class party, and the reason why I'm running because it's the problems that I have saw over and over again, and they're not getting better. Instead of going backwards. And so, like, go back in my time when I worked at Chrysler, I was a Chrysler worker, that I know that back then I got the big picture back then because of the union. The unions was going backwards then. And so, and I understand that. And I was able to bring get into that division that they had created between working people. And I was able to bring the workers together. White workers, black workers, and the workers from other areas, Arab workers, Yugoslavian, Polish workers. I was able to bring all of these workers together, which hadn't been before. And so I was able to back the company up, you know, at that time. That's back in the 70s. That's when I got the big picture of understanding what was the problem and what we can do. Because most of the workers at that time felt like it wasn't nothing we can do. But I had to talk to them about it because a little history that I had read about the union, when they began to fight, they had a leadership, a fighting leadership. But during that time, they was going backwards. And so, and I told most of the workers said, and that we could do, we make this whole country run. It's what the workers do. They make the whole country run. But we make it run in the interest of this 1%, which is the capitalist class, 1%. We're making it run for what they want. But then if there's a problem and that because of their policy, then we'll have to bring back the fight again to stop them and change some of that. And we have the forces to do that. And so that's why, once I did that, and some of the people came together and they saw that, and when we came together, the company backed up. So they know that forces makes a change, a difference. But that division had been there for quite a while. So, like, go on and on with this, that because, see, like, I've been a worker most of all of my life. From Alabama, where I grew up at. I learned a lot from my mother because she stood up and fought back in those days, when it really was against black people down south back in the 40s and 50s. And so, but during the 50s, when I got to be a teenager, what I knew then, if it wasn't right, I wasn't going for it. I stood up back there until I got 19 or 20 years old and I went to California because it was a problem. And I know, and she know they had then locked up some teenagers, black teenagers, because they stood up, and myself, she knew they would be coming at me. So that's why I say, let's build this party, for we can have a party and a policy for the working people all over this country. We could have that. And so, but like I said, once we change that, all the problems that been coming from what they doing, for they can up their profit, we could be able to use that force, the same force that we protect them and make their profit go up. We could stop that. And so I guess I'll leave it at that.
Hi, my name is Deshawn Wilkins, and I'm the Republican candidate for District 5. I'm calling on Republicans, Independents, and Democrats to support my candidacy for District 5 State Senate. When you do your research on your candidates, you'll find that I'm the only candidate in the State Senate district race that fully intended to work to earn your support and your vote. Since October 2017, I have been working to build the support for my candidacy. Since April of this year, I've been knocking on doors and speaking at community events, candidate forums, etc., endeavoring to speak to and to hear from the citizens that I hope to serve. Do your research on all of the candidates. Really, do your research. And you'll find that I'm the only candidate ready to serve and to represent all the people of this district on day one. My more than 16 years of serving as a senior pastor of my church and my years of serving on several committees and boards have taught me how to work with people of different views and opinions. My over 20 years of previous experience of running my own small business and my almost 30 years of management experience has prepared me to lead on day one. As a person who currently works in the insurance field, I will work hard to reform our highest in the nation auto insurance in order to bring financial relief to many thousands of Michiganders that are burdened under this state mandate. I will work to repeal the pension tax and improve services for our veterans, promote skilled trades, improve education for our children, and fix our roads and bridges. Please consider Deshawn Wilkins for State Senate District 5. It would be an honor to serve the wonderful people of this district in the next legislature. Please go to my website, DeshawnWilkins.com, to learn more about me and my candidacy. And please vote for me, Deshawn Wilkins, for State Senate on November 6th. Thank you so much for your consideration and your support. God bless you.
My name is Betty Jean Alexander. I am the Democratic candidate for State Senate District 5. I am not a career politician, but a concerned citizen with an opportunity to offer a different perspective and insight into the Lansing legislature. In my opinion, we need more people like me in public offices. I am a hardworking single mother of 2 daughters. I am the average everyday working person who struggles every day to make ends meet. I am a Michigan citizen ready to represent the citizens of District 5 to make sure our collective voices are heard. There are many areas of concern that our district and state need to address. Here are a few of the issues I will work on as your state senator. I will sponsor legislation to fully fund education for all students in Michigan based on the adequacy study, which clearly shows that the state of Michigan underfunds education by several $1000s for most students, and an even greater amount for students with special needs and circumstances. The legislature should make it a priority to make changes to the out-of-date funding system so we can see improved student achievement for all of our students. I will introduce legislation to increase the minimum wage for experienced adults to a livable wage of $16 an hour. The legislation will have a requirement for this wage of high school diploma or GED and 5 years of work experience. This experienced adult livable wage nullifies the unfounded argument that employers will be forced in a cost-prohibitive scenario to hire inexperienced teenagers or unqualified and uneducated adults that would thereby hurt the economy. Moreover, it has been proven that when working families earn more, they stimulate the economy with increased consumer spending. I realize this is an audacious proposal and daunting task, but we must begin reasonable negotiations somewhere. I will sponsor legislation that will guarantee all citizens clean, safe, and affordable water. The cost at which the Nestle Corporation is allowed to extract water from our state is so ridiculously low that it means that the same water could be made affordable for all our citizens. Water is a human right. I will introduce and sponsor legislation that mandates that all automobile insurance rates be personalized in accordance with individual driving factors and conditions. This legislation will prohibit insurance companies from using non-driving factors such as zip codes, education, home ownership, age, and gender. I will be accessible throughout the district to respond to your concerns and suggestions to improve our district so that together we also improve Michigan. I am Betty Jean Alexander, Democrat for State Senate District 5. I would appreciate your vote November 6, 2018. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Larry Betts. I'm running for the Michigan State Senator for the 5th District. My party is a working class party. And what we plan on doing is we're trying to get all the working class people to come out. We need your vote. One thing I can say is I've been working all my life. I've been working janitorial maintenance and just been coming out. Want to let you know that we all have a fight within us. I believe that we can keep doing what we're doing, and as we keep doing what we're doing, it's a fight within us. I would like to let you know that I need your vote. I'm running for Garden City, part of Detroit, Redford Township, Inkster. And if I can have your vote, it would be more appreciated to me. As a party, we have so many different things that we want to do with our party, and we need your vote. One thing I can say is as a candidate for the Michigan State Senator, I would like to do certain things, and while we're doing certain things, one thing I can say is that we have goals and we've been reaching our goals. I talked with some of the people as I've been campaigning, and they've been saying that we heard of your party and you got our vote. One thing I can say is that one thing is we look forward for November the 6th general election, and we want to see how far we can go with the different candidates that we have. We have 11 candidates. In 2016, we had 3 candidates. One of our candidates that we have is for the State Board of Education, and her name is Mary Ann. And you can see her on the Vote Working Class Party leafs, and we have a format in there that you can read. And if you need an answer, you need us to answer any questions, we also have some stuff on there that you can go in to read, and then you can go on the email address and all that, you know. And if you, we have candidates to spread it all over Michigan. I believe that's in this congressional district is Sam Johnson, and is me, Mr. Larry Betts. Also, we have, I believe, other candidates that's stretched out in that area. I don't know for sure, but I can probably find out for you. It's very nice talking to everyone in Garden City, and vote Working Class Party, because it's a good party. And if you know anything about it and you done heard about it, then just come out and talk to us. We'll be spread it all out. I've been talking with folks all over and everything from Romulus to Taylor, and I love to run, I love to do different things that, you know, that's gonna help out and everything, but we need your vote. And it's a new party. Just come out and hear us speak, and we'll tell you some more about us. Thank you.
Hello, my name is James Townsend. I'm a conservative Republican running for state representative. I'm not a politician. I'm just seeking this office to work to make common sense changes for the good of our community. By way of introduction, my wife Dreama and I have been Garden City residents for over 35 years. We've been active teaching Sunday school and working in the music ministry and with seniors at our church. We've served the community as precinct delegates for over 18 years, helping to get out the vote and to encourage district involvement. I'm retired UAW Local 591 in material handling. I worked with the homeless and drug addicted for 20 years at the largest homeless and treatment ministry in Michigan. And one of my hats with that job, I was the recipient rights advisor, and I became excellent at problem solving and showing dignity and respect equally to all persons. I earned my bachelor's degree from Spring Arbor University in 2013 in business management. I support right to life and citizens' Second Amendment rights. I care about our state, and I want to work hard to improve the conditions of our roads, our schools, and provide a healthy climate for doing business. I will work for programs tailored to meet the specific needs of our seniors, such as housing, transportation, meals, medication, and shopping. I will work to reduce car insurance premiums and improve access to our mental health system for children and adults and our veterans. It seems Michigan roads, there's two kinds, under construction and under repair. A lot of money is going to be spent on roads and bridges and infrastructure in the next few years. I'd like to see these repairs be made to last, to stand up to our Michigan winters. And that way they don't need to be done again every couple of years. People often say children are our future, and that means that children are our priority. And I believe all students have the right to a good education in a safe environment protected from predators. I support teaming up with educators and manufacturers to establish job training programs. Otherwise, Michigan will begin to suffer shortages in these key skilled trades areas. I support small business development. I support investments and programs that create jobs. I will work to reduce Michigan's auto insurance rates. For too long, no one has held Michigan insurance companies to accountability. They've been free to use non-driving rate-setting practices such as redlining and credit ratings, and delay or deny claims with zero oversight from the state government. Michigan's no-fault system is the best in the country, and it saves lives, families, and taxpayer dollars. There is absolutely no guarantee that eliminating Michigan's model system will reduce insurance premiums. If you elect me as your representative, I will serve this community and the needs of its people. Those needs will change over time, and I'll be available to hear any of your concerns. Vote for me November 6th, and we'll be having a promising future together. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Glenn Anderson. I've been the County Commissioner for Garden City, Westland, and Inkster since January of 2016. For those that may not know me, prior to becoming your County Commissioner, I represented Garden City in the Michigan Senate. I wanted to use this opportunity to also provide you with a brief county update. The long-stalled Wayne County Jail on Gratiot Avenue in Detroit has been torn down. A new Justice Center is being built near I-75 and Warren Avenue in Detroit and is expected to be completed in 2022. Wayne County's financial picture has improved considerably over the last 3 years, with steady upgrades in our bond rating, which means we now have the ability to issue new bonds and refinance old bonds at new and lower rates. The state has released the county from a consent agreement due to prudent and responsible budgeting. More good news is that we've passed 4 successive balanced budgets with a surplus and a healthy rainy day fund, which I've insisted on. Increased savings, efficiencies, and improvement of financial position through consolidation of county operations and sale of unused, unneeded, and underutilized properties continues to be a priority for me. The Commission has approved the sale of the old Eloise Hospital complex on Michigan Avenue. The new owners will be investing at least $20 million into a project that'll convert the property into a mixed-use residential complex for low-income seniors and families. The Commission has also approved the sale of the Downriver Sewage Disposal System. The $57.5 million in proceeds from the sale will be applied to the county's underfunded pension liabilities. While there is much to report that is good and going good in Wayne County, I'm very unhappy with the condition of our roads and bridges in Wayne County and will continue to press hard for additional road and infrastructure improvements. I fought hard to protect funding for our communities. When County Executive Evans attempted to take 40% of Garden City's community development block grant dollars, I went to work to stop it. When he tried to renege on the past practice of local communities receiving 15% of the dollars raised by their voter-approved millage, I was able to stop him, and it's now guaranteed through the new millage that was approved by voters in 2016. That secured funding continues to provide recreational grants for the improvement of Garden City parks. In Garden City alone, the 2016-17 allocation is being used for improvements at baseball fields at Muller Park. The 2017-2018 allocation is being used to help fund the Garden City Fitness Court being installed at Garden City Park. I've been a problem solver. While the Kroger store closed in Garden City at Ford Road last year, many Garden City Towers residents were only able to get to a grocery store through the Nankin Transit bus service, but the cost was too much for some. I worked to secure funding through various companies and organizations to provide bus fare at half the cost. I am working on securing additional funding to keep the program funded for years to come and to make the discount tickets available to all low-income seniors. Whether it's my monthly coffee hours, my frequent electronic and printed newsletters, or my active involvement in the community, I make myself available to you and will continue to do so. I believe what I do is not just politics, but public service, and I'll always strive to make it an honorable service to those who have placed their trust in me. I'll continue to work hard for Garden City residents on the commission, and I ask for your support on Tuesday, November 6th. Thank you.
That's Meet the Candidates for the November 6th, 2018 election. Thanks for watching, and thanks to the candidates who appeared on the program. Now don't forget, this program can be seen several times before the election on GCTV, Channel 12 on Comcast, Channel 18 on WOW, and Channel 99 on UVerse, October 19th through the 21st, and October 26th through November 4th at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 7 p.m., and 11 p.m. Also, Meet the Candidates for the November 6th election can be seen online at GCTV HD on YouTube and the City of Garden City Facebook page. Links to all of these options and a complete ballot can be found at gardencitymi.org/vote. But most importantly, make your voice heard by voting November 6th between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. Good night, everyone.